Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Kylie Laveo channel. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button and like the video. Also, shout out to All Asian Dilemmas. Once more, they're always putting out bangers. And what's going on with the current state of dating. Not just in China, but just overall in general. But more and more people are walking out on their dates now, and it's becoming more embarrassing because it's more common to get walked out on or you walk out on them. You have women that go out on dates for free meals, etc., etc. But this time a matchmaker's involved. Let's find out what happened.
大家好，我是今天的女嘉宾，我叫吴倩，今年22岁，身高160，现目前是一名护士，月收入3。
The girl's expectations for a partner are pretty simple. After all, she's only 22. It's natural to not have a clear idea yet of what one truly wants in a relationship. She's attractive, no doubt. But let's be honest. Doesn't she just look like another generic influencer face?
Ooh.
When asked what bothers her the most in a guy, she answers with a hint of disdain. She can't stand unattractive men who still think they have the right to make endless demands. The type who looks sloppy but expects perfection from others. And to top off the nightmare package, loafers. Yes, she has a deep hatred for loafers.
First of all, people that dress like that usually have money. We automatically assume a person is poor because of their appearance, but that's not always true. The people with money usually they usually dress down. Have you noticed that? Yeah. So if anything, it's the opposite. You see somebody with expensive name brand clothing, but then they only have like $10 in the bank account. Yeah.
Loafers with skinny jeans, then, are the ultimate combo of disgust. For her, it's practically a visual insult. And there's no use arguing. It's one of those things she just can't tolerate. On the other side, the man introduced is straightforward and simple. Huang Nian, 25 years old, 1.71 meters tall, works in excavation at a school, and makes 7,000 yuan a month.
I'll take the matchmaker herself. She's tall.
Not bad for someone looking for a stable, mature partner. Despite his rational tone, he seems genuinely excited about the possibility of this date working out. And when asked about the girl, he responds rather coldly. Normal, just normal. Interesting. Even though he admits she's pretty, sweet, and seemingly pure, he's not thrilled.
Ooh.
He gives her a score of 80, without hesitation. A decent score, but it lacks excitement. The contrast between his initial excitement and his almost indifferent tone shows that maybe he had too high hopes for this meeting.
I mean, just understand, when you meet people through matchmaking services and dating apps, you're not going to get the top quality women.
The matchmaker senses the mismatch right away. She didn't feel any chemistry. And even though he appears simple, he's not fully convinced either. During the formal introduction, they shake hands out of politeness. He's more reserved, the quiet type. She, on the other hand, doesn't like that. She's been in relationships with guys like that before, and says it's exhausting being the only one emotionally investing. He, meanwhile, fears the exact opposite, trying to please, putting in effort, and getting nothing but coldness in return. And that fear isn't baseless. According to him, past experiences with more introverted girls left a mark. Silence hurts, especially when it comes without any explanation. And he still wonders, if something's wrong, why not just talk about it?
Because it's not that simple. I mean, as men, we all wished it was like that. You ask what's wrong, the response is generic. Oh, nothing. Nothing means something. But the question is, do you have the patience to put up with such shit like that? I once had a friend, he was real cocky back in the day. He was like, no, you better tell me what's wrong. And that's pretty much how you have to be with these girls now. And if they still continue to play the mind games, then just, shrug them off.
Why just get up and leave? But nothing beats what happened next. The peak of disappointment. A panda ordering delivery would have been more respectful. The date started with him offering to take her to dinner. And apparently, she accepted happily. But when they got there, all he managed to get was a few bottles of soda.
What?
She drank, ate what she could, and simply vanished. Not a word. Not even a thank you. Licking the watermelon rind and running off might be the best metaphor for what happened there. During the chat, they tried to get to know each other better. He asked about her
All right, you guys, look at this. Stop sitting across from each other. Sit next to each other. That actually makes a difference. Okay.
hobbies, tastes, music, lifestyle. She responded, but with no real interest. Said she liked adventure, but had never actually tried it.
Did I re- All right, did y'all just hear that? She liked something that she never tried. What the hell? Oh my god.
Didn't like singing, but admired people who could sing well. Talked about living alone, about preferences. It felt more like an interrogation than a conversation. And when the topic shifted to looks and height,
Oh, boy.
she didn't hold back. Wanted someone over 1.70 m, who took care of himself, didn't drink, and had ambition. And him? He had to scramble to keep the conversation going. All the effort was one-sided. She was distracted on her phone. He kept trying to engage. And when later asked about the date, she complained. Said he wasn't attentive, that it was almost 2 p.m. and he didn't even suggest lunch. That he just bought drinks without asking what she wanted.
All right, so he did the right thing. Because now, the thing, if you look around on YouTube, the algorithm is to stop doing dinner and lunch dates or dates that you know that could add up to be expensive. And it's just the first date. You shouldn't have to spend that much money on the first date. So he pretty much did the right thing by just buying drinks, I guess.
But let's be real. She barely spoke during the date.
Oh.
He wasn't pulling rabbits out of a hat. He was just trying to get to know someone. A little reciprocity wouldn't hurt. The guy came on a date, not to take a patience test. He wasn't happy either. Said she was too closed off, and that he had to carry the entire date, always initiating conversation. And that gets tiring. The matchmaker noticed the tension and tried to help. She gently suggested that maybe he should have just taken her to lunch from the start.
The goal was not to take her out to eat. That's why he didn't do it. Like I said. Also, a lot of these dates are one way. You notice how one person is doing all the talking, asking all the questions, and then on the receiving end, you're only getting one word responses. That's irritating. That's like texting somebody or talking to them on the phone. It's like one person's asking all the questions, and it's like if you're not asking questions and you're getting to know somebody, you're pretty much just showing that you don't care, and you rather be doing something else. Like it's kind of rude. Like you might as well have your phone out and texting other people while you on a date if you're not gonna say nothing.
That despite his good intentions, maybe he didn't express them well. Those words were like a light at the end of the tunnel. He thought she just didn't like him, but apparently the problem was just food. So he quickly tried to fix it. Asked her to pick a dish, explained he didn't know her taste, and preferred she choose. She took the opportunity to share her preferences. Avoids greasy food, and pork is a hard no. And him, being smart, saw an opening to connect. Started talking about food. But even after ordering, she stayed in the same mode, distracted, uninterested, glued to her phone. He told the production team the conversation didn't flow. That she just repeated the same phrases, didn't seem interested. He even complained about her not eating meat, and admitted he thought that was weird. But what really got to him was her lack of attentiveness. He expected, for example, that she'd at least open a bottle of soda for him. A small gesture, but meaningful. The truth is, when someone wants to reject the other, any little thing becomes a problem. And she, in that sense, is an expert.
I mean, she could have went to the bathroom for like 10 or 15 minutes. That would have been the first. If somebody goes to the bathroom and they take too long, that means they're talking shit to one of their friends about you, complaining about the date, and they're going to see how they can end the date.
At first, when there was no food on the table, things were lukewarm. But the moment the food arrived, she turned into a machine gun of criticism. Everything was bad. Nothing was good enough. And him? Was he really being annoying? Or just trying to keep a conversation that never even started? She barely spoke, and he had to dig for topics the entire time. And to top it off, came the complaint about not opening the soda bottle. But hold on, this is a date, not a relationship. He offered the drink, and he still expected to play the butler? The matchmaker listened to all this and was speechless. In the end, she tried to say it like it is. This isn't some princess illness. It's a full-blown princess complex. With all the calm in the world, she said. You're very young, only 22. I watched your whole interaction. While he was trying to connect, you barely spoke, gave short answers, and your voice was so low we could barely hear you. If he hadn't insisted, this date would have died within the first few minutes. He didn't talk too much.
This is what I'm talking about right here. on the phone. Who are you texting? How come you couldn't wait until after the date to start texting and being on your phone?
He just tried really hard to build a connection. The matchmaker's words were direct and spot on. You just sat there like a statue, occasionally checking your phone. Did it even seem like you were on a date? With a 3,000 yuan salary,
Huh?
saving 2,800, and living off free meals on dates?
Oh my God. Saving 2,800 and living off of free meals. I mean, yeah, you'll be surprised what these girls are doing to survive. Most of these girls, these young girls, are on survival mode.
As soon as she finished eating, the girl grabbed her purse and left, without a goodbye or any explanation. The matchmaker, seeing this, ran after her to stop her, and said, "You just left without saying anything? Whoa, hold on a second. If something's bothering you, I think we can talk it out first. You're just leaving like that. What's the guy supposed to do? You just walked off without a word?"
Ghost. And see, this is what a lot of people are dealing with in the dating world. One person just gets up and leaves without an explanation. I mean, I understand y'all wasn't married, but it's childish at the same thing. If something's bothering you, you should say it up front, instead of letting the other person think that things are okay or it's not that bad. But then the next thing you know, you just get up, walk away. You never hear from the person again, and you don't know what you did wrong. And then, if that would be the case, on the man's end, he'll be heavily criticized. Like, well, didn't you see a sign? This, that. People are just too much now. That's why it's pay for play. Fuck it.
Was it because you didn't like him? Or what? Even if you wanted to leave, you could have at least spoken to him. You just took off the mic, left it there, and walked away. At the very least, tell us why. Was it because you didn't like him at all? Is there anything we can do to help? What happened for you to suddenly not want to talk anymore? She replied, "It was for personal reasons, and I didn't feel anything for him. I think it was a mix of that, and suddenly, I just wanted to leave." This is truly Snow White sipping rice wine and revealing her true form. You didn't like the guy, fine, but why eat his food then? After getting caught by the matchmaker, she still tries to deny she was just there for a free meal.
Damn. So, she's pretty messed up in the head. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I mean, you can't please everybody. But a lot of these women, when they agree to dates, a lot of times they don't even like the guy. They just want to see what they could get out of the date, whether it's material possession or food. A lot of times it's not going to be material possession, especially if they haven't did anything in the bedroom yet. So, oh my God. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to wrap it up right there. That was hard to watch. Damn. And this is pretty common. This is how dating is going to be from now on and into the future. My way or no way at all. Like, these girls are looking for everything to be perfect. And a lot of times when you go out on dates with these girls, a lot of times there's not going to be a second date. So, yeah. Anyway, this is Kylie Vale. I'll catch you on the next video. Just lost for words, you know. Till next time. Peace.